There are 20 of us in the large room. The ceiling is high and imposing, and the large carpet soft and inviting. Some of us are seated on the comfortable sofas that are arranged along the walls, while others sit at the foot of the sofas on the plush carpet. 4 large chandeliers hang over our heads, while we all watch Bob, who lies on a mattress in the middle of the circle we've formed. His eyes are closed, but his eyelids flutter. Even I, being myopic, can see it clearly, and I don't really know if I believe in hypnosis, or in life after death, or in reincarnation for that matter, but I am there, watching with curiosity and a mixture of awe and apprehension. "Where are you?" asked the man sitting next to him in a soft voice. This is Andy, our instructor. "Afield," mumbles Bob. "Afield. It is dry, very, very dry." "Tell me more," says Andy. Bob is silent for a few moments, as if he is observing something important. People under hypnosis often take a while to respond. "It hasn't rained for months," says Bob. "We have no food. Everyone's hungry." "Do you have a family, or are you alone?" "I think I do. Yes, a wife. I have a wife and a small child. They are hungry. I need to find a way to feed them." Bob is breathing hard, and we cannot take our eyes off his face and his wildly fluttering eyelids. He sees images that cause him pain, that affect him deeply. For him, at that very moment, these images are more real than the 20 people sitting in a circle around him. For Bob, we are all thin air at this moment. The dry field, the wife, the hungry child are real, and he is struggling with finding a way to get food for them. "To the count of 3, I'm going to take you to the next significant event," says Andy. 1, 2, 3. Where are you now? Bob starts crying silently. His lips quiver. We all hold our breaths. "I am standing by their graves," he whispers. Some of the people in the circle inch forward, struggling to hear. "What happened?" asks Andy, his voice low and compassionate. "I couldn't help them. I couldn't," whispers Bob, tears rolling down his cheeks. His eyes remain closed. "What happens next?" asks Andy, and Bob proceeds to describe an uneventful end of a life which seems to be all about coping with failure, death, and grief. It is difficult to watch him struggle with his internal demons, but when Bob is brought back into the here and now, his eyes shine. "Now I understand," he says. "I understand some things about my current life." Andy smiles and nods. He doesn't ask Bob to share his insights with the others. "All we need to know is that Bob has something to work with," Andy says. "This has achieved his session's objective." On Dragonfly Wings, a skeptic's journey to mediumship is a candid and personal search for the meaning of life, of death, and of grief. It aims to give hope to those who have lost a loved one and to those who are about to pass beyond. Hope that this is not an end. Written for lay people rather than experienced spiritualists or mediums, and for anyone who is curious about exploring further. It provides practical tools to help listeners find their own spiritual truth and path.